Today is day 2 of Russian attack on Ukraine. Let's start our coverage. Before starting today's coverage, let me update you on what happened last night. Let's start where we left last night. Uh, Urban combat has started in Sumy. I told you about Sumy, that Sumy has been captured by Russian forces. You can see Sumy on the map. Here, all night urban combat went on. Ukrainian forces are now trying to stop Russian advance from Sumy towards other areas, and fighting inside Sumy was reported. We have some videos, pictures, but graphic content I don't share mostly. We can only confirm that Ukrainians are trying to stop Russians in Sumy city. Same is the case in and near Kharkiv. You can see Kharkiv to the south of Sumy. Here again, in the vicinity of Kharkiv, urban combat is being reported. Russians are trying to avoid, they're trying to bypass major towns. They want to move towards the center and towards the capital. But Ukrainians are trying to stop Russians in cities, and they are engaging these advancing Russian contingents. Secondly, viewers, a residential building in Ukrainian capital Kiev was hit last night by a Russian missile. You can see the picture on your screen. We have not seen large-scale civilian casualties so far since yesterday morning. Russians have been trying to move forward without harming civilians. I think they're trying to protect civilians because they'll have to control and they'll have to rule these areas, which they plan to do, it seems. So if locals turn against them, it would be difficult for them. So that is why they're trying to avoid civilian casualties. But this building was hit last night by a Russian missile. Thirdly, viewers, an object which looked like a plane was shot down over Kiev, Ukrainian capital, last night. We have received conflicting accounts of what was destroyed over Kiev last night. You can see the picture of the destroyed objects. Some sources say that it was a Russian fighter jet which was destroyed by a Ukrainian air defense system. But most sources say the destroyed object was a Ukrainian SU-27 plane. It was targeted by a Russian missile. Or we can say that it might have been targeted by a Ukrainian air defense in friendly fire. If Russians have destroyed an Su-27 of Ukraine over Ukrainian capital, it means Russians are in charge of the air in Ukraine. They are in charge of airspace over Kiev, Russian capital. And what we have seen is that Russian air defense systems are accompanying the ground units. So there could be presence of Russian air defense systems close to Kyiv. Then we know that Russian troops are in Belarus. In Belarus, there is deployment of Russian S-400, very modern air defense system. So an S-400 from Belarus, Ukraine border, can target a Ukrainian plane over Kyiv, Ukrainian capital. Most experts say that the plane which was destroyed over Kiev was a Ukrainian plane. The biggest loss for Ukrainians is that Russians have taken control of Ukrainian airspace. Ukrainian air defense systems could not deliver. In the first round of airstrikes, Russians disabled, they neutralized most of Ukrainian air defense systems, and then Russians entered in mass their helicopters, their fighter jets, and now they're all over Ukraine. But Ukrainian Air Force is still intact. We have not seen a large number of Ukrainian fighter jets shot down, bombers shot down. So they are intact. They have suffered losses. Their air defense systems have suffered more losses. So three main updates from last night. Urban combat has started and an aircraft over Kiev was destroyed. Now, Russians have made more gains in southern Ukraine. We know that in southern Ukraine, they are already on the offensive. They have made inroads. They took control of Kherson there. From Kherson, they have managed to advance in two directions, and in two other places, their presence is being confirmed. Firstly, Mykolaiv. Mykolaiv is reportedly under Russian control. We have a video clip from Mykolaiv. The clip has been analyzed by experts, and most experts say that the clip confirms the presence of Russian troops in Mykolaiv. It means that from Kherson, they have managed to advance towards Mykolaiv. And secondly, Melitopol, viewers. Some pictures are being shared showing presence of Russian troops in Melitopol. They were trying to move towards Melitopol yesterday from Kherson. It seems they have entered Melitopol. So, in south of Ukraine, Russians are making territorial gains. They are around 100 kilometers, more than 100 kilometers deep into Ukraine. But about Odessa, we don't have any confirmation. Just hearing rumors about Odessa coming under Russian control. If Odessa falls completely, then we could see Russians trying to move towards the border, Ukraine-Moldova border. And Russians would try to encircle Ukraine by reaching areas situated to the west of Kiev, Russian capital. So their ultimate goal here is that they want to encircle Ukraine. They want to ensure that no financial means no aid, no military aid enters Ukraine. And the best way to do it is to encircle Ukraine. That is what they are doing. They'll try to capture capital, then they'll try to move towards the areas to the west of the capital. So they want to lay siege to Ukraine. So in southern Ukraine, Russians are making gains. Last viewers, Chechen soldiers have been seen in Ukraine. Chechen soldiers fighting on both sides. Opposition groups are supporting Ukrainian forces, and government forces of Chechnya, they are reportedly supporting Putin's Russian troops. So we have a video clip for you showing Chechen fighters, Chechen soldiers who are reportedly government soldiers. They are Ramzan Kadyrov's government soldiers. They are supporting Russian troops. They have entered Ukraine too. Watch two video clips. First video clip shows the presence of Russian troops in Mykolaiv, and second video clip shows the presence of Chechen soldiers in Ukraine. These are Chechen government soldiers supporting Russian soldiers in their ongoing offensive on Ukraine. Thank you for watching.
Ушли! Я не поняла, идет техника, да?
Куда заворачивать? Нам не идут.
Слушай, идут военные, да? Катя.
Вспышка.
Катя.
Да. Идут военные. Инна, вот в открытое окно.
А ну давай, смотри. Ебать, блядь.
Смотри, сколько они.
Слушай, ужас.
Смотри.
Ребята! Я не пойму, это какие войска?
Сейчас посмотрим. Похоже на наши. Нет, Z, все,
Сука, сука, россияне!
Тихо, блядь, не ори.
Инна, не надо.
Где?
Тихо. Z, вон, блядь, написано, видишь? Z, все, сука, волчковый знак.
Это с Одессы, сука, пришли, или что?
Ну, наверное, пришли с Одессы.